Good afternoon and welcome to a new episode of the Guru's Perspective. And today I'm coming with part two of the women's bracket, starting from the Sweet 16 to the Final Four, and who I have the predictions are going on to the championship game and who are going to win it all this season. It's been really good in basketball this year. The tournament's been pretty good as well. The crazy thing about it is, what I like this year, you didn't really see a lot of Cinderella teams. You've seen some teams advance and they probably be like a 5 or 3 seed, but it wasn't really no really low ranked teams beside McNeese. And for the most part, the teams with the best NIL deals advanced. And what made the men's side of the bracket so cool is all the number ones advanced. And I want to start off with what's going on with the ladies right now in the Sweet 16. Number five, Ole Miss, and number one overall, UCLA. It was a pretty good game. Ole Miss played them well. There's just too much talent on UCLA. And Lauren Bess has been playing some of the best ball that she ever played in this tournament. She had 31 points and 10 rebounds. And it just definitely don't surprise me. What surprised me was they crept up on me this year. I didn't think they were going to be as good as the South Carolina. When they spanked South Carolina this year, that's what put me on notice. I believe that put a lot of people on notice. I believe South Carolina has a lot of rookies and a lot of people who are young on the team and trying to, fit in and figure out their role. So they had a lot of growing pain, but I believe them getting these losses early prepared them to be in the situation they're in. But UCLA is a really strong team right now. LSU had a really good matchup too with North Carolina State. I definitely thought North Carolina State was going to pull it off. Was really surprised that they didn't. But Anissa Merrill been really stepping her game up. A lot of people talk about Floali Johnson, and they should because she the truth. But Anisha Merrill had a really solid game. She had 30 points and 19 rebounds. That's sick, especially you playing your best ball like that in a tournament. That final score was number three. LSU moved on 80 to number two, North Carolina State 73. I want to talk about USC and Kansas State. I was really hurt. I kind of figured this was going to be a really good battle right here. They didn't have all their pieces in USC. I still feel like with Juju Watkins on the team, it's a possibility that they could have ended up winning the championship. And when she got hurt, I just didn't see them advancing. So for them to pass this round, I was happy for them, but I just thought that eventually they wasn't going to make it until, they actually played Kansas State. Kansas State gave them all they can handle, but they were a little too strong for Kansas State. USC won 67-61. Kennedy Smith had 19 points in the game. And I do like the young lady from Kansas State, too, the center. She's a beast. Ayoka Lee had 10 rebounds, and Sarita Sundell had 22 points. I want to know what Ayoka's going to do, too, because Ayoka's been injured most of this year, and they've been gradually bringing her back. I don't think that she was still 100% self healthy when she came back to the tournament. So I'm definitely curious to see what she's going to do. If she's going to come back or would she go into the WNBA draft? I would definitely keep my eye on that. There's been a lot of crazy things going on too in college, like Tanaya Latson, McMillan for Rutgers, they're about to transfer. And one of the biggest surprises to me is Olivia Miles was saying she want to hit the transfer portal. The transfer portal for her was really surprising because not only is she going to go through the transfer portal, she would have been number two in the WNBA overall draft pick, but she decided to come back to college another year. So yeah, there's some pretty good things going on. There's some crazy things going on, and I want to know where she ended up at because it's a lot of talent. There's so many players, like over 700 people hit the transfer portal with the men's, and I don't know how many with the women, but a lot of people are using that to their advantage right now. But I definitely want to see where she end up at. And Tanaya Latson, and McMiller. It's a lot of people who I'm gonna keep my eye on to see if they're gonna go to a more powerhouse team or they're gonna stay with just the team that they feel like they'll be able to get more playing time. But with the talent that they have, wherever they go, they're gonna definitely get a lot of playing time. So I don't believe that'll be the case. But it's been really interesting right now after some of the teams got eliminated and you're hearing about some of the people about to go into the transfer portal. Oklahoma and UConn. This game surprised me because Oklahoma's been playing exceptionally well right now. They have the number one draft recruit too. Coming in, surprising me that she turned down her, Texas, hometown to go to Oklahoma. That's why I know they did basically threw her some boku cash. But it didn't matter right now. UConn spanked them, man. And it's like I thought it was gonna be a little closer than this, but it was 59-82. And Paige has been really getting off, man. Paige put up a 40 piece, and Sarah Strong had 11 rebounds. With them two playing like they're playing, and AZ Fudge shooting at a high level, and the defense and the offense is clicking. I just like the way they handle themselves, as the females, over in Yukon. And I heard the cool story about how Paige would get up the crack of dawn to make breakfast for her teammate through Ramadan. I thought that was really cool. But I definitely see a lot of good things from her, man. She got her NIL deal. She makes sure she take care of her team. She's a team first player. And what was funny to me too, in the game, I know Gene Oriamo was kind of pissed off. I'm like, man, how you not satisfied and she playing at a high level like this? He was like, man, most times, I'll be wanting her to shoot and she don't shoot it. She'll mess around and pass the ball and I'm telling her shoot it. And he said, well, I don't know what she's gonna do. Maybe she should, talk to you, or maybe she'll listen to you, if you tell her what to do. And she got that loud and clear. She heard what he said and she came back out and she was cooking in that second half as well. And Paige has been playing on a really high level, her and Lauren Best, and so I definitely think is going to make it to the championship game. Like I said, Paige had 40 points, Sarah Strong had 11 rebounds, and Peyton Volhurst had 16 points, and Reagan Beers had 10 rebounds. But it still didn't matter because they got whipped by UConn. In the Elite Eight, it was UCLA and LSU. Kind of figured that this was where LSU good ride was going to end, and it definitely did. Flau'jae Johnson had a really good game. She had 28 points, and Samaya Smith had added 10 rebounds. Gabriela Vasquez had 18 points and 8 rebounds. So it wasn't really all the Lauren Bat show this time, but that's what I like about them. There's a lot of versatility on that team. Number two, UConn versus number one, USC. It pained me with this game right here because I knew when they barely squeaked past Kansas State that they didn't have a chance when it came to, playing UConn. And that being said, Paige threw up another huge game. She had 31 points, and Sarah Strong followed it with another really good game with grabbing 17 rebounds. Raya Marshall had 23 points and she had 15 rebounds, and they played really good, but just missing Juju, that's like 20, 30 points a game. I definitely didn't think they had what it take to go to the next round without Juju, unfortunately. You had South Carolina, number one South Carolina versus number two Duke. What was crazy to me with this game, South Carolina had a really comfortable lead, and Duke went on a run. You got to give credit is due. Duke is a really solid team. Toby Fournier had 18 points, and she really was solid. What surprised me too is Chloe Kitt stepped her game up. She had 14 points, but it was too close for comfort. I still feel like in this next round, I believe they're playing Texas again. I want to see where their heads at. I know Don Stelly's going to have them prepared and ready to play, and I'm looking forward to that too as well. Okay, this was the game that surprised me. But then when I found out Olivia Miles was injured and Hannah Hidalgo had one of the worst games that she had last round, and TCU stunned them, I was thinking, oh, okay, they possibly might give Texas the challenge. and they played okay, but couldn't beat Texas though. Texas too strong of a powerhouse team. Haley Van Lith had 17 points, and Madison Booker had 18 points to go along with 6 rebounds. And that final score was 58-47, and they moved on to the Final Four. And my Final Four, UCA, UConn, I got UConn winning by double digits. Not only just winning, but blowing out UCLA. Shocker, isn't it? And then I have South Carolina and Texas on this one. I'll go with South Carolina, and I believe I'm going to pick UConn and South Carolina in the championship game, and I got UConn blowing out South Carolina. Once again, when they did it this year, I think that was the momentum they needed because we thought at one point that they were going to hang, but they wasn't going to survive and beat a South Carolina team because they usually play South Carolina. South Carolina played them pretty hard. But when I seen UConn, they couldn't miss that game, and they were blowing out South Carolina. I don't see them really stepping up and winning. I would be surprised if they win, but yeah, I have number two, UConn winning it all and by double digits as well. This is basically all I had for the Sweet 16 all the way to the championship game. Like I said, I'm a little under the weather. I just wanted to get on here and try to do a show. And I'm trying to fight to do everything I need to do right now. And I've been just taking my medicines and trying to, keep myself going right now. But I appreciate everybody who chimes in. And I want you guys to check out the Michigan Eagles too with Coach V and his staff. I'm gonna definitely get more pictures and everything going for you so you can see where you could go check out the games. And it's gonna be good, clean fun. I definitely want to try to go to some games too as well. But that being said, I would like to say too, if you guys want to catch me, you can catch me on these platforms right here. You can follow me, Hugh Lee Hoovy, on Instagram. I usually shorten up my shows and I trim it down and get some of the highlights of the shows that I talk about. And I just try to put a lot of good stuff on there from the podcast. I used to put up things like scores and highlights, but just want to focus on doing our thing right now. Me and my producer, Ebook, we want to focus on, getting our brand together. And so you could catch me too at Hugh.Lee6 on TikTok. That's why I put a lot of my highlights and everything at too. Well, I put up highlight reels from football, basketball, baseball, etc. You name it, I have it. But yeah, I just want to basically make sure that if you guys have any questions and want me to put anything else on the show, hockey or whatever you want me to focus on. I know I need to focus and watch a little bit more of the UFL as well. But you can also hit me at sportsguru2you at gmail.com. Thank you all for chiming in, and I appreciate you. And once again, I'm gonna put up them peace signs, try to get me a little bit more medicine in my system, and hoping that I can get to 100%. But I know too, if I'm able to crawl up here and to do a show today, I definitely will be doing the show tomorrow. So you can catch us as well on the Guru Sports Session. Thank you all, and have a good day. And I'm out.